Yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, I was struck when I saw struck by your notes. Like, it seems to me like mine looks so neat and tidy and like organized, and yours look a bit more chaotic to me. Yeah, maybe you can talk a bit about how you go through. Yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. Like, how do you
That's
consume it? Do you stop the video? Like, yeah, talk about anything that comes to mind. How do you narrow it down, or do you even narrow it down at the beginning? Probably not.
Nope. I don't narrow it down at the beginning. So it seems to me like what's difficult is SI is picking apart everything. So I feel like I want to take all of the details, right? Because it's like, again, that narrow down struggle. So what I have been doing is getting like a notebook, like just a pen and paper, and I will write down as quick as I can the things that stick out to me. And then as I am going through the video, and I will stop and pause sometimes, just depending on how long the point is. But as it keeps going, then I will try to make some kind of NI topic with what I'm writing down. So I'll notice the patterns of what I'm writing down. So like for this video, one of them was that God calls us, and do we answer? Because I was writing a lot of things that fit under that topic. And that's how I end up, at least I'm going to call it organizing it. That's how I organize it is after the fact, after I've seen the patterns emerge externally, literally externally, physically on paper. But you were saying you do it differently. So you got to talk about how your brain works.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense when you describe it like that. And that would also explain why you have to have more notes, because it's almost like the note writing helps you pattern recognize. Like, the more you have there, the more you can not clump it. That's my and I speaking already. You won't clump it into a pattern. You just, yeah, what are you doing? It's not clumping, right?
It's
It's
sort of like that.
noticing.
I'm just noticing what patterns are emerging, like what, and it's never really one to start. I think for any, it takes so much longer to figure out what the one emerging pattern is, because you want to gather more, because it almost feels like, with the EP human need, like or even not even the human need, it's more of like the just consume. It just doesn't feel like it's a good pattern unless there's a lot for me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Unless there's a lot of data. Otherwise, it doesn't, like, there has to be so many cross sections or it doesn't count. I don't know. Where I think for NI, you don't need as many.
Yeah, like what I described with the clumping. I also just noticed, of course, there is shoving, because your masculine NE will look like an I to a degree, because it's masculine. And then there is some shoving there, which might, so yeah. So for me, it's almost like the narrowing down, and this might be a peacock because I'm Savior SE, but it's like the narrowing down happens as I watch already. Like, I watch like 3 minutes, and then something stands out to me, I stop, and then I go back 15 seconds, which is the option in the settings. Yes, I do care about the sensory, giving you all the numbers. And then like I go back and write it down and go back again. And like, I watched this second episode twice, but I watched it on double speed each time. So I watched it once.
How do you watch it
But
on
it's
double
like,
speed?
there's
Missing
an
information.
option.
Is
There's
there?
there's an option where you can speed it up, and but then
On
I
the
stop it all. I stop it all the time and write down my sentence. I actually like your idea. Like, I could write it down. Yeah, there's something though I really like, just watching 5 minutes and then going back, okay, and then writing it down and listening again and again and again. I don't know what that is, but yeah. So for me, it feels like, yeah. I was saying, like, in the first episode, I felt like I didn't write down enough. Like, I narrowed down too much in the moment, because I really like the idea of having it all on one page, which I actually managed for episode 2. Was exactly one page, and I actually, like, I don't know what that is, maybe Savior Sensory, but I had like one point too many, and then I just deleted one because I wanted to have it all on one page, which is like this, like an organizing the sleep energy, probably. I mean, I feel like, and I'm not questioning my type, but my identity is tied to the NI, and like I feel like I'm OI, which I am for many reasons. I am not, but it's interesting to watch the pattern of me doing it, and like how much I'm focused on narrowing down. Um, yeah.